Hi, welcome to the Road to 40. I'm Jason Oliveira, in case you didn't know. Is that getting old? I thought it was just a nice little tagline. And with us tonight is a tiny microphone cock. Yeah. It's the only time I feel comfortable saying that word is when I'm referring to a chicken. Or when I'm all alone. It's a funny thing. I want to talk a little bit about with Robin Williams passing, and just Lauren Bacall, and somebody I always comes into my work. I can't remember their names off the top of my head right now. Charles, who's British, and his wife. Wonderful people, wonderful people. Well, apparently she found out a little while ago that she had liver cancer, and they said chemo wasn't working, and so they're trying all these things. So she ended up, her doctor called her for a chemo appointment. She's like, "Didn't you tell me that's not working?" He's like, "Yeah, but for me to keep you on as a patient, you have to be receiving treatment." And she's like, "Didn't you just say it's not working?" like, um, I guess it wasn't hurting either. I'm sure it wasn't just like, we need you to pay through your insurance to get money to do this. That's what it felt like. But I started thinking about that age-old saying about you can't take it with you. And I don't know at what point in my life I started to want to amass and accumulate things and buy new things. Like, I am a wonderful consumer and a terrible consumer. You know what I mean? Like, I've eased off the last few years because we just haven't had money. But I think about all the things that I would like to have if I had money. And I don't think there's anything wrong with thinking that. But it can control you too. Like, I started the last few nights, I've had a hard time thinking about what I want to talk about. I feel like I've talked about so much. Like, I'll sit in the car and I'll be like, I want to talk about my favorite season. Oh, I already did that. I want to talk about how do sitcoms last so long. Well, I guess that's true. Somebody just celebrated the 200th episode of something, a regular sitcom, and we're up to 140 as of tonight. So, I mean, it's impressive, but I think I bit off more than I could chew because I feel like I crammed a lot of stories. I hope you wouldn't mind that if I went back and I pulled those stories out again and I went into maybe a little bit more detail on them, because some experiences, like my first trip to the White Mountains in New Hampshire, there's just a lot of things that I think I kind of rush through because consciously, I know I shouldn't think this. I should just be creating art, or I guess this is my art. I don't know. I don't know. But possession can be a bad thing, I think. Like, alright, I'm just going to grab the first thing that I looked at. I've got a whole shelf up here. As you can see, the shelves all behind me. The shelves over here and here. I think I took you on the tour of the office. So, I'm assuming, look at this. This is covered, absolutely covered in dust. I don't know if you can see where well, let's see. Yeah, you can kind of tell. Like, I'd like to clean this. I think it's a cool ass figure. I think it's badass. It's well sculpted. I mean, the paint job's at best. But, you can see. You can't see. But the light can come through here if you set it up right, and it looks crazy. But I don't know why exactly. Like, I know why I bought it. Like, I wanted it. I thought it was cool looking, and I still do. But I think about all those purchases that I made, like, over the last 20 years or so. Like, just collectible stuff, or stuff that gets dated very quickly, I guess. Like, technology is so good for that. Like, I'm a slave for that. Like, I like having the latest, graphics card or whatever. I like to be able to run the best games that are out there, even though I don't even play that many games. So that's my point. It's like, and it's not like a status thing. It's not like I'm trying to impress anybody or like impress upon them how like cool this computer is or something like that. I don't know what it is. I don't know why or when it happened, because I don't want to be that way. Oh no. Just dropped my wedding ring. I was going to try putting these on, but we're just going to wait for fall and keep our fingers crossed. I do need to find that though. Oh, I see it. Oh, it's like a freaking